Hey yo, what's up everybody, it's Zain JJ. It's been long since I make a video because I've been busy working with my new job. I would say new job, and of course I would say that this over here, this content, we're gonna basically talk about the one thing that I have been trying to basically make time for to create this content itself is telling you guys about cryptocurrency passive income opportunity. And of course, previously, if let's say you have been following my channel, we had a lot of cryptocurrency like earning platforms, lending platform, peer-to-peer like type of platform to basically help you with your passive income journey. And of course, if let's say you have placed your money into those platforms and of course withdrew before they shut down or whatsoever, you have basically made a fair share of your money, basically growing in like maybe 8%, 12% per annum, or even more. If let's say your capital is big, you have been maybe you have been making like more than $50,000 a year or even $60,000 a year through passive income with your capital itself. And of course, sadly, those platform itself has been long gone, and of course we're going to talk about the fall of all these earn platform. So before we dive into it itself, we know that Bitcoin and Ethereum itself has been picking up in prices itself. Bitcoin was like over 20,000 over dollars, 23,000, and of course eventually it jumped up towards like 37,000, and of course it got a media like attention on the media itself. And of course, I would say those who are here for long term itself, the price itself, I would say it doesn't really matter to me because I have right through the price of crypto, like Bitcoin especially, started with when I saw Bitcoin itself, it was around $3,000 when I started playing with it. And of course, eventually it reached to 20,000, and of course, people thought it's gonna all-time high, the bubble was gonna pop. Eventually, it crashed down to almost 3,000 again, then pick up to 60,000, and right now we are back to 23,000 and 37,000. So I would say time in the market is important, and of course, the crypto space itself, I would say Bitcoin definitely my number one coin that you should hold, and of course not financial advice. So we're going to talk about the fall of this type of earn platform. And of course, if let's say you are interested in investing into cryptocurrency, and of course once you buy it, we know that these are like commodities. Instead of like buying a company's shares or stock, you can get like dividends from the company. But instead on cryptocurrency, there are some crypto that can't give you dividends because it's like treated as commodities like gold. Instead, you're buying a gold itself does not increase your dividends or increase your position of their holdings. Therefore, there is like platforms like Gemini previously, BlockFi, and of course many other platforms giving like their earnings on this type of cryptocurrency. Like put your funds into it like a small bank in the cryptocurrency, then after that it is going to basically generate you passive income. So the fall of this platform itself started with the FTX contagion. The spread itself, basically Gemini fell, BlockFi fell. I mean, like Gemini itself is the Gemini earn in the platform itself. It's not the exchange. The exchange is doing fine, but of course Gemini itself is one of the biggest exchanges in the US, and of course we can see that Celsius Network is one of the largest earning platform. And after that, from there, it has really like crashed somehow, stopped withdrawals, and of course they eventually done some Bitcoin mining after bankruptcy itself to repay the debts, and some is still ongoing out of the court case. Over here we have like BlockFi basically was on the brink of hope of revival or for FTX itself, but of course eventually FTX was found out to be a fraud. Eventually everything went down, and of course BlockFi itself is still ongoing with their court case to basically do. There's lots of update of all these court case, but I'm not going to give them in this video because it's going to be long-winded. So I'm just going to summarize it. So over here we have the Haru Invest platform, which was my number one fan of having like high yield investment. You can earn up to like 15-25% a year itself with their high risk investing platform. I would say yeah, it's high risk because it's 25, but it's more than 15%. And after that, over here we have Hodernot, basically from Singapore. And after that, from there they have fall as well. So eventually I would say everything that fall itself is because of the FTX like fiasco. Eventually, like people, because the crypto space itself is I would say quite small. And after that, eventually all of those platform that is trying to basically collect funds like a bank, and after they will invest it into platform like the exchange to basically provide liquidity, borrow out funds, and after that from there it's the same thing. The bank itself, you put it with them, they just take your money, they buy like those bonds itself, then after that eventually the bonds give them 5%, they give you back 2%, something like that. So this is how the lending platform works. So this is how they are making money through our funds itself. And of course there's some other ways for them to make funds, like make money itself. For trading itself, they can trade, and after that from there make high yields, and after that eventually they are using a single platform to trade on. And of course eventually if let's say the platform went down itself, there's lots of risk into this type of platform. So we're gonna basically talk about cut into chase itself, talking about how can you earn in cryptocurrency. So the simple way to earn in cryptocurrency itself is basically dollar cost averaging. The number one and simplest, dumbest, I would say, that foolproof idea. You can just buy and then hold dollar cost averaging every month. Just buy maybe $50 worth of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever that you believe in. And of course, I would say, yeah, the 2 coins that I recommend people to get is basically for anyone that approach me like, hey, what kind of cryptocurrency should I buy that can make me like go to the moon or something like that? I would say Bitcoin, Ethereum. Why is that so? Because the ETFs of these two itself is highly likely gonna be approved first, and of course funds are gonna be flushed into these two assets. Then we will talk about all the other assets that will file for those ETF itself, because these are the two major one that is basically having the spotlight with all of those regulators itself. People are thinking that okay, Bitcoin is commodity. Oh, Ethereum itself is security because of the nature of its own validator system itself. Therefore, this is how you can earn, basically buying and of course selling at a high price. And of course, I would say if you want to invest in crypto itself, know that this is a very high risk platform. I mean, like high risk investment, not recommended to go and take a loan or take a bank loan on, of course, mortgage your house or something like that to basically dump into cryptocurrency. Is not a good idea. So the second way that you can earn itself is through all this earning platform, which is simple to do because you just buy crypto, put it in, and after that, that's it. So now we have like limited amount of this earn platform out there, but of course, there is still some available. I'm gonna share with you guys later on, from the easiest to the most riskiest, and of course how hard you can do it. So I would say thirdly itself is through by trading. If let's say you have the knowledge to do so, you can do trading, which is somehow technical, medium, and of course, if you sign up on eToro itself, they will tell you that 90% or 95% of the trader lose their capital while trading, because trading itself is fucking hard. And after that, I would say it is not like, oh, you just read some textbook, or maybe you just sign up some course on YouTube itself, and then you understand how trading works itself. I mean, like trading itself, if let's say this particular strategy works, I mean, like there's like, I would say 90% of the traders who use this strategy, yes, this strategy is gonna work definitely. And of course, eventually there's like many other strategy out there to try to break the market, and of course try to counter strategize whatever trading strategy that is out there. To basically, of course, trading itself, there's always a winner and a loser. So if let's say you're a loser, somebody is winning. So this is the concept of trading. And of course, lastly itself is dive into this type of cryptocurrency platform like Ethereum itself, explore the ecosystem behind it to basically generate passive income. So this is the hardest form of it, because we guys do not know much about computing language or like technical details, but I would say there's a solution for it. And after that, we're gonna dive into the easiest but the most riskiest way to make your passive income. So over here, the easiest way to do it is basically through the earn platform that I would say that you can buy your cryptocurrency, and of course by buying your cryptocurrency, you are looking to hold it somewhere. But of course, if let's say you are someone that is looking for a very, very long-term strategy, you are looking to hold for 5 to 10 years, definitely I would recommend whatever your investment is in the cryptocurrency itself, maybe you throw a $10,000 in, and after that you want to hold it for 5 or 10 years. And of course, you are willing to risk a little bit of those funds to basically generate additional income. Definitely, there's a way for you to do it. It's basically through Nexo itself. Over here, you can earn up to 16% per year on your cryptocurrency and stablecoin. And of course, there's a catch over here. I'm going to explain it to you later on. So scroll down itself, why earn on Nexo itself? Because I would say when Nexo was out itself, it was similar time frame with Celsius. And of course, Celsius was the one that grew bigger and bigger. And of course, Nexo wasn't really catching much attention, but eventually I had two platforms on. And of course, I was also bullish on Celsius previously because of all the publicity and of course, the founder behind it. And of course, a lot of people like good sentiment with the company, but Nexo itself is not really getting much attention, therefore did not really dump lots of money in. But eventually, I would say I have tried out the platform, and of course, eventually, yeah, got some Nexo token for free, and I'm happy with that, I would say. So here I'm going to scroll down and tell you that over here, this is a base concept that you need to own the Nexo token itself to get the higher rates itself. So if let's say you're a basic user just dumping your Bitcoin or Ethereum itself, you can earn up to 4%, you can earn up to 5%, and of course, over here you can see the flexible term itself, you can earn 3% only. And of course, if you lock it up with 1 month or plus the flexible term, you will earn additional percentage. And of course, if you earn in Nexo itself, you can earn additional income itself and a higher rate itself. So earning in Nexus, the Nexo token itself, I believe, is additional 1%. So this is the things that you need to know over here on the platform. And of course, on stablecoin, you can earn up to like 12% or even higher if let's say you're a platinum member. So how does this tier work itself? Is basically through this percentage system. So your portfolio, let's say you have $100,000, you dump it into Nexo itself. You will need to have $10,000 worth in Nexo token to basically compensate for this loyalty term to stay as a platinum member to earn higher tier. So I would say the concept itself is similar to Celsius network, definitely the same. But of course, the platform itself is still standing and surviving. So I would say it's better than Celsius in some way. And of course, I would say not recommending you to dump all of your funds into it because you're looking at, oh my god, 16%. Then after that, oh my god, 7%, 8%, 12%, and after that 15% on whatever crypto you have, 8%, 8%, and you're thinking that, hey, I should throw a lot of money in. But of course, the risk itself is similar to whatever Celsius is having. Over here, I would say Celsius itself, they went down because of like the founders not being transparent, and of course, they misuse the funds. For Nexus itself, it can happen as well because the founders itself, they are all human. We are all human. We are all blinded with greed, and of course, like, if let's say we have more money, we definitely will try to do whatever we can to make more money. And I would say this platform itself is only for you to basically risk the amount that you are willing to risk. So for my case itself, I have not really dumped any funds in. So I'm looking to basically put some Ethereum into the platform, like maybe 1 or 2, to basically generate the Nexo token itself. So what I've done with Celsius previously was gotten in early, and after that from there I yield whatever I had. I dump in almost all of my Bitcoin and Ethereum onto the platform when it was early. Then after that I generated those coins, those yield in their native token. Basically it was Celsius. So over here Nexo itself, you can do the same to earn the Nexo token. So by earning those tokens itself, eventually when everyone is starting to come into the platform, buying up those tokens to basically reach the tier, whatever tier itself, then this is where you get rich, because when you take out all of your Bitcoin and Ethereum from the platform, technically you have zero risk on the platform. You are only earning whatever you have yield from your capital is in Nexo token, and the Nexo token will eventually rise in price if people start coming in and after the buying and of course putting trust into the platform. And by then itself, if the platform is too big and after that I would say too risky, I mean, like if let's say the amount goes up very high for one Nexo token to be like worth $5, $10, the founders might be shaky, and after that from there you have to really depend on their own ethics, and after that from there if they want to sustain the business. So this is a risk that you have to know. And of course there's some other counterparty risks, like the exchange that they are dealing with, the platform, that the custodian that they are dealing with suddenly went MIA or shut down or whatsoever. These are all of the risks you have to know about this Nexos platform. But over here I would say that this is one of the easiest way for newbies like you and me to basically dump our funds in to basically generate passive income. And of course the next one I would say that is one of my favorite, because I'm kind of like a nerd, and of course talking about like cryptocurrency, diving into the platform of Ethereum, Binance, and after that like other crypto like Cardano or whatsoever. The staking that is on chain itself, I'm going to explain to you why is it hard, but of course it is one of the lowest risk ever. So we're here for talking about this Ethereum itself, the staking platform that people are talking about. Like, okay, I can stake on Ethereum and on chain, and after that I can buy some XRP. Not XRP, I can buy some like Cardano, and I can buy some Tron, I can buy some AVAX, Matic tokens to basically do this thing called the on-chain staking. So over here on-chain staking itself, there's like two types. One type itself is basically buying the coin and after that just staking on-chain. Like Binance itself, they have the validator system which you can basically stake your coin with their interface. So we're here going to just show you the example. So for the easier part on this on-chain type of stuff, over here the easiest part is to buy the token, then you stake it on-chain, and of course the what is that, the ROI slash the APR itself, the annual rates itself might differ from validators to validators, because you are putting your funds onto this type of validators to basically stake on it, delegate your funds to them, because they have higher power of like they have more capital. Because if I'm not wrong, if let's say you want to start the validator on Binance itself, you will need to have like, I don't know, a few thousand or millions worth of Binance token. Then of course the 24 hours delegated software and hardware to maintain it, to basically let it run. So for us, like, we do not have that much funding and of course do not have much computer knowledge. We can just do the simple concept, buying the simple token, then stake on it, delegate it, and after that from there you can just start making money by delegating your funds with the wallet that you created with. by loading the funds in. So the risk itself, you have to know that for this type of delegation, like Cardano itself, I believe Cardano itself is also the same thing. You use like a delegation slash validator system to delegate your funds onto this validator that you feel that can make money, and of course from there give a higher rate and of course a stable return. And after that, you put your funds onto them. I mean, like, you delegate your funds onto them. You do not like submit your funds to them, but it's just on the smart contract. So over here, the risk over here is number one, the smart contract risk. If let's say Binance somehow did not audit their contract properly, or Cardano did not audit their contract properly, they might get exploited. Then after the funds might get siphoned out by the hackers through the smart contract codes or whatsoever. And after that, the next risk you have to know of is basically the validator risk. Of course, validator going down, and after that you're unable to like maximize your potential or funds that is being delegated. So these are the risks. And of course, the third risk itself, I would say actually this is the first risk that you should know of, is basically your wallet itself. You can't, whatever wallet that you create in the cryptocurrency space, they're going to give you like 12 words, 16 words, 18 words, 24 words. All these type of words itself is not meant to be stored on the computer. It should be meant to be stored offline. Like I would say, if you want, you can buy a Ledger, you can buy a Trezor hardware wallet, links all down below. And after that, from there to basically store your funds on a cold wallet itself. And for those who are looking for a long-term strategy, store your funds in a hardware wallet, not a platform-based wallet like Nexo itself to generate passive income. You have to know that if you put your funds into that, yes, it will give you income, but there is some risk onto it. And of course, for those who are delegating your funds, there is also some risk onto it, but I would say it's lower risk compared to a earn platform exchange account. And after that, from there, I would say the next one is basically diving into like validator, running your own validator. But of course, validator, some of you guys might think that it is somehow expensive and after that hard to run, but I would say unfortunately not. Over here, DAppNode itself, they make it very simple, a few clicks and you are ready to go. So for my case itself, I have ran the Ethereum validator, and of course Ethereum validator itself, yes, the capital startup is very expensive, 32 Ethereum, and after that, one Ethereum is around $2,000, so it's around $60,000 to start off with one single validator. And of course, you might hear some people telling you that there's some pool staking, and of course, when you hear this pool staking itself, putting your funds onto whatever itself, the risk is similar to the Nexo type of platform, basically putting your funds with this company. Then this company is going to take your Ethereum to pool together a 32 Ethereum to basically do a staking. So that is fucking risky. So I would say over here, running your own validator itself is not as risky than doing a pool staking itself. But of course, for those who do not have a high startup capital itself, DAppNode itself, they also like allow you to run Gnosis chain. So for Gnosis itself, you can earn passive income through by buying the Gno token, then stake it. So one Gno token itself is slightly cheaper than Ethereum. So over here, I would say the Gnosis token itself is currently worth around almost $200. So if let's say you have been following my content previously talking about Gno itself, if I'm not wrong, I told people to sign up for the Gno token. It was worth around the all-time high. So basically, back then they are giving out free Gno token by buying the DAppNode itself, the hardware. Then eventually it crashed down to over $90, and after that eventually it's stagnant over here. So during this part of the pricing itself, I eventually got more Gno to stake. So right now I've already almost made double of my money through buying Gno token. So I would just say these are just some of the risks that you have to, I mean, like some of the pros and cons of staking. So if let's say you're buying Ethereum, you're buying Gnosis, you're buying whatever coin out there itself, you have to know that whatever you're yielding really matters on the price. If the price goes down all the way, definitely your yield itself goes down as well. If let's say the price goes up, double, triple, quadruple, whatever itself, whatever you are yielding is also up that percentage amount when the capital increases. So these are the, how I put it, like the financial risk that you want to talk about, basically putting like $32,000 for, I mean like $60,000 for Ethereum, and after eventually Ethereum prices went 10% down, whatever you have yield is worth only 60,000. Is the same amount because the price does not like goes up or whatsoever. But of course, when the price goes up itself, whatever you yield with your capital itself is gonna be hardcore increment as well. So here Gnosis itself, you can earn up to like 13% per annum. For Ethereum itself is around 2%. And of course, if let's say you're lucky like me itself, having the block proposal itself, one time you do a block proposal, I would say it is, I do not know how much it is, but depending on how much is being used on the block itself, you get partial of that fee itself. So it might be vary from 0.05 Ethereum to up to 0.1 Ethereum or even 5 Ethereum, depending on how much fee is being paid on that single block. So back then we know that during the mining days there was some miners being lucky, and of course some people with fat fingers entering like 32,000 Ethereum as transaction fee, and of course that miner somehow dissolve their block, like solve their block, then he keeps all of this 32,000 Ethereum in fees. So this is the situation on Ethereum staking, and of course Gnosis staking is also almost the same concept. Then after that, on DAppNode itself, they also allow this Luxo mining itself. So I'm relatively new to this platform, this ecosystem. But of course, you can see that the APR itself, 31 days is around 9.25%, and annually is around 1.85. And of course, this amount over here is not really stable, because I've only done this deposit, this taking almost 90 days. Therefore, this data over here can't really account much for that. And of course, for this data itself, you can see that I've been running with Gnosis back then since how many days? Almost 2 years. So this data itself is quite solid over here. And for my Ethereum itself, it is around 200 over days. So this data over here is quite solid as well. So for these 3 validators that you can be found on this DAppNode itself, and of course buying the DAppNode now, you can basically get the Luxo home itself. So they are giving you 4 validators. So one Luxo validator, to open one Luxo validator itself is currently 32 LYX. So look at the price of LYX over here. If I'm not wrong, one is around $6. So they are giving you 4 Luxo validators. So we can help you do the mathematics over here. How do I define the conversion? Alright, so over here, this is the conversion. So one validator itself is around $200. And after that, they are giving you 4 validators. So it's basically a free $800. If you purchase the Luxo home token itself, it will come with 4 validators. So if let's say you purchase this itself, you can just straight away boot up your DAppNode and install the Luxo application. Then after that, follow their step-by-step guide to basically set up your validator. And of course, let's say you're looking to start the Ethereum validator, definitely look out for the RAM itself. You might want to consider 64 GB RAM, and of course the 4 TB NVMe. So over here, these are the difference over here. So if you buy this itself, they do not really give you any freebies, but of course I would say the most worth it option out here is basically the Luxo home itself, because they are giving you 4 Luxo validator, which is worth around $800. So we will offset this, and of course using my SECrypto promo code itself, you're gonna get an additional €75 off if let's say you buy with the DAppNode itself. So the thoughts about this type of staking. So about this type of staking itself, I would say on-chain staking itself is very simple and easy to understand. And of course, if let's say you are thinking about, okay, so I joined the Rocket Pool and after that, or some sort of platform out there that is doing Ethereum staking, do not mistaken it as on-chain staking or on-chain validator itself, because it's two different things. If let's say you're gonna sign up with an email and of course deposit a fund towards a foreign address that you do not have control with, I would say that is a huge risk and of course a huge red flag. And of course, if let's say you are using everything through with your wallet, that basically you have full control with the funds itself, I would say that over there is somehow a low risk type of investment / strategy on the cryptocurrency market itself. Because if let's say you know about your fundamental like ops specs of your cryptocurrency wallet, basically talking about how you want to secure your private keys, how well you are using a wallet, and of course what do I mean by that, instead of using the software wallet, you have a hardware wallet to basically navigate through the crypto space itself. Definitely you are much more safer than those who are using just a software wallet out there. And of course, having a software wallet out there with tens of thousands or millions of dollars is like basically carrying your wallet out with like a bunch of $10,000 worth $10,000 notes out in the street itself. So I would say these are the risks itself. Getting robbed and after that people are stealing your money is the same risk out there. So if let's say you want to protect your funds itself, hardware wallet itself is like bring your ATM card, and of course using the ATM card itself, they need to have a PIN number on that to basically withdraw your funds through the ATM machine. So it is somehow much more troublesome, but of course for the security and of course your wealth of the future itself, I would say much more worth it to use the hardware wallet. And of course I would say for this type of platform itself, I've been hurt many times through all of the passive income platform that I've been through. I would say almost everything was down, everything shut down. And after that, I would say that over here, Nexo itself is one of the one that is standing, which I have touched earlier in the days, but of course not much. So I'm just sharing it with you guys. So eventually I have been with them, and after that basically made some money through the Nexo token, yielding over 400 over Nexo token, all totally for free, I would say. If I'm not wrong, previously I put in like some Ethereum or some Bitcoin to earn in the Nexo token, and I basically yield this amount. Then yeah, this has been sitting it since the start until now. So I would say if you want to use the platform itself, we can use it. And of course, there's a referral link down below if you want to sign up for some freebies. And I would say I've come to the end of the video. If let's say you have any question, feel free to join my Discord channel or Telegram group itself to ask those questions that you have on like this staking, that staking, and after that, how does this DAppNode work? And after that, everything you want to know about this type of DAppNode or like on-chain staking, feel free to approach me. If I am free throughout the day itself, I will definitely reply you. And of course, please, if let's say you're gonna PM me on Telegram itself, I might not read it because I have like tons of crypto chats, and after I would say can't really review all of them. But of course, if you are in my crypto channel, my crypto Telegram channel, you can just simply mention my crypto, my Telegram handler over there, and after that, I'll do my best to reply you within 24 hours, I would say. And after that, I've come to the end of the video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye, peace.